Good morning, students. Today we are going to read the chapter Poverty as a Challenge. Poverty, it is a condition in which a person is unable to fulfill his basic needs. Basic needs here mean food, clothes and shelter. When a person is unable to fulfill these of his need, we call it a poor, and this condition is called poverty. Now, coming to the dimensions of poverty, these are like basic food, clothes, shelter. Other than this also there can be dimensions. These dimensions are hunger, lack of shelter, lack of education, lack of fresh drinking water, sanitation facilities, regular job. These all can be the dimensions of poverty. Next is the social indicators. It can be illiteracy, malnutrition, lack of access to health, job, water, the fresh drinking water, etc. Now, social exclusion is cause as well as consequence of poverty. Social exclusion means the poor people who live in a poor surrounding, they are generally socially excluded. Generally those who are considered of backward classes, the Dalits, etc. They are socially excluded. That is one of the cause of poverty, because they are not given proper resources. That is one of the cause of poverty. And because they are generally poor, they are excluded in the society also. Clear? Next is vulnerability to poverty. The people who are more vulnerable to poverty, there are more chances of being poor. Those are the people like in terms of social group, if we talk, there are people like the backward classes, SCs and STs, they are more vulnerable to poverty. In economic group, casual labor, the people who are having low land mass in rural areas, they are generally more vulnerable to poverty. Now, how poverty line is estimated? First is income method, second is consumption method. Income method, those who are, the first we talk about consumption method. In rural areas, those who are getting 2,400 calories per day are generally considered above poverty line. Less than 2,400 calories per person per day are considered poor. In urban area, it is 2,100 calories. Because rural area people do more manual work, physical work, so they require more calories. But in urban area, calorie requirement is comparatively less. The second is income method. In income method, according to year 2011-12, 816 rupees in rural area and 1000 rupees per month in urban area. Here it is per month, it is per day. So a person who is per capita income is 816 per month in rural area is considered above poverty line. Less than 816 below poverty line in rural areas, in villages. Because here the value of essential things like food, clothes, etc. is comparatively less. And in urban area, they will require 1000 rupees per month for bare minimum level. So this is the reason why it is different. Okay, next is interstate disparity of poverty. Poverty is not equal in all the states of India. It is not that in Rajasthan also, suppose a particular 20% people are poor. In Chennai, Tamil Nadu also 20% people are poor. It cannot be possible. So poverty varies from state to state, region to region. Like Punjab, poverty has declined. There are less number of poor. Here, because of agricultural activity, agriculture is very successful in Punjab. They are having very good agricultural resources. Punjab, Haryana, here poverty is less. Kerala, poverty is less due to investment investment in human capital like education, healthcare facilities are very good. So poverty has reduced in Kerala. Tamil Nadu, due to public distribution system, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, here public distribution system is working very properly. The ration shop, they are selling food grains at a very low price, 2 rupees, 3 rupees kg to the poor. Even to certain section they are giving free food grains. West Bengal, the land reform measures were very successful. The proper distribution of land was done. So these are the reasons these states the poverty has declined. But there is a large number of poor in states like Bihar and Odisha. Maximum like poverty is in Bihar, Odisha. Globally, if we see in China the poverty has declined because of the same reason. Education, healthcare, industrialization. Southeast Asian countries poverty has declined, but at a comparatively lower rate. China, like at a rapid rate, poverty is declining. But here, declining but not very rapidly. Sub-Saharan Africa, till 2011, it was increasing. Now, slightly it has reduced. Latin America, it is nearly constant. Neither increasing or decreasing. Former socialist country like Russia, where poverty was not there earlier, now poverty is seen in those countries. Now the causes of poverty in India. First, British rule. During the British rule, the industries were shut down in India. We were having very good handicraft industry, etc. Now, British government has declined those industries. So, British rule, one of the reasons, lack of industrialization. After independence also, the industrialization, the process of industrialization was very slow. Unequal distribution of resources like land, etc. Few people are having more land, hundreds of acres of land, and others, a large section was not having any land. So, that was also one of the reasons. Social factors, because of some kind of social evils, etc. Also, that is poverty. People are spending more money on those social like responsibilities. We have to pay, do this function, that function. Instead, that money could have been used in some economic activity, new shop or agriculture. They would have invested, but they are investing in those things. So that is also. Now, government strategy for poverty alleviation. How to remove poverty? There are two different ways by which government is trying to remove poverty. First is promotion of economic growth. Green revolution, large scale industrialization is one way by which poverty can be removed. Suppose in an area there is a big industry set up. Many engineers will get job. That means those engineers are already well to do, but they are getting job. But when they are living in that area, they will indirectly help the local people. Suppose they construct a house, workers are the local people of that area, they will get job. So indirectly the benefit reaches to all the section, lower section of the people also. Second is targeted program. Targeted program here means specifically the benefit is like given to the poor people, like NREGA. Now it is called Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. Earlier it was National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005. In this, every rural household, they were given job for 100 days in a year. This program is for poor people. That means targeted program. Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana, Rural Employment Generation Program, Swर्ण Jayanti Swarozgar Yojana. These are the different schemes which government has started for the poor people. Clear? Now these are the different schemes which government has started. It is given on the second last page of the NCERT book of this chapter. Although government is having very good intention to remove poverty, but still poverty has not been totally eradicated or removed. There are certain reasons for it. There are too many schemes, proper implementation has not been done, right targeting has not been done. So overlapping of scheme, improper implementation, etc. are the reason why these programs have not been very successful. But it is said that in next 10 to 15 years we will be making good progress. This poverty can be removed. The reasons are more focus has been made on elementary education, women empowerment, population growth rate has also reduced, economic growth rate is going good. So these are the reasons in next 10 to 15 years we will be able to achieve this. But there are still bigger challenges ahead. That means food, clothes, shelter, everybody will get. But there will be bigger challenges ahead which will be more difficult to achieve. Like job security, proper education, healthcare, dignity for the poor. These will be the bigger challenges ahead. Hope the chapter must be clear.